This video has continued to trend on the Nigeria internet space, and as such has equally continued to generate some kind of ethnic and tribal disagreement and argument on the Nigeria internet space. Here we have Honorable Member Abass Adigun, who is the Honorable Member representing Ibadan Northeast at the House of Representatives. This Honorable Member was trying to move a motion that resulted into a very heated argument at the House. What are the issues? Honorable Abass Adigun is of the argument that Ibadan has all it takes to become a state in the Nigeria of today. He went by citing an example saying that Ibadan, as big as it is by land mass, is bigger than 4 southeastern states. He also claimed that one local government in Ibadan is bigger than 2 arbitrary local governments in Bayelsa state. But because I'm always here to bring facts and figures, make una listen to Honorable Abass Adigun, and we shall come back to do justice to this very topic.
Ibadan, as it is today, the size, landmark alone, is about 25,000 plus square meter. Why the whole southeast region, there are 5 states today, they are about 33,000 square meter. In terms of population, we have what it takes to be a state. One local government in Ibadan city, sir, Mr. Speaker, is bigger than 3 local governments in Bayelsa state. That's the fact. In terms of
order, member.
No, am I protected, Mr. Speaker?
Please.
Point of order, Mr.
Am I protected, Mr. Speaker?
Point of order.
Point of order,
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Point of order.
Am I protected, Mr. Speaker?
You have Southern Region local government that is the biggest in all of Nigeria.
Okay. Mr. Speaker.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Point of order. This is wrong. This is absurd.
Mr. Speaker.
You can't say that.
Mr. Speaker, me to have any say, I retrieve my
Nothing withdraw.
Okay, Honorable Abass, there is a point of order. Honorable Abass, there is a point of order.
I'm trying to correct my statement.
Correct yourself.
Am I protected, Mr. Speaker?
Can you say?
Honorable Abass.
We are seeking for
Speaker, our reverse speaker, my respected colleagues, Ofoji Abonsis Boboku is my name. Represented Yenegwa Kolokmo Pokuma Federal Constituency, by the special grace of God, and from Bayelsa State. Bayelsa is one of the largest in terms of land mass in the federation. They both the water and the upland, whether you like it or not. These are bitter truth. For the young man here reducing for the honorable member, Mr. Speaker,
Well, I will start by commending the Honorable Member who is only trying to represent his people effectively at the House of Representatives. You know what I mean? By, agitating and submitting a motion that Ibadan should become a state. However, from the first principle, I want to start by saying that the claims made by this Honorable Member at the House of Representatives, that they are not true, they are false. Yes, Ibadan may be the biggest, city in Nigeria by land mass, with about 3,080 square kilometers. But Ibadan is not and can never be bigger than 4 states in the southeastern part of Nigeria. That is a false proclamation. It is false. It is not true. It is wrong. Such comparative analysis and such false proposition should not be promoted in this country, Nigeria. It shouldn't even come from a honorable member like this Honorable Abass Adigun. Maybe he didn't do his research very well. Now let's go back a little bit into history. If you begin to check the biggest cities in Nigeria by land mass, of course, Ibadan ranks number 1. Then you begin to look at Ogbomoso, and then you begin to look at Jos, then you begin to look at Abuja, then you begin to look at Lagos State. These are possibly the 4 or 5 biggest cities in Nigeria, and then others follows. We are talking about cities. Now, the claim that was made by Honorable Abass Adigun is that Ibadan alone is bigger than 4 states in the southeastern part of Nigeria. And here is the reason why I said that very statement is fallacious. The entire landmass size of the whole of the southeastern part of Nigeria is about 28,983 square kilometers. 28,983 square kilometers. Enugu State has 7,161 square kilometers, followed by Abia State with a total landmass size of 6,230 square kilometers. Then Ebonyi State has about 5,670 square kilometers. And then Imo State has about 5,530 square kilometers. And finally, Anambra State. And Anambra State has 4,844 square kilometers. If you sum all of these 5 states up, you are definitely going to have about 28,000 plus square kilometers. Now, let's go back to Oyo State, of which Ibadan is the capital of Oyo State. Now, if you look at the total land mass of Oyo State has about 28,454 square kilometers, which is almost equivalent to the entire total mass of the states in the southeastern part of Nigeria, meaning that Ibadan alone cannot be and can never be bigger than 4 states from the southeastern part of Nigeria. This is why I maintain that the submission of the honorable member Abass Adigun is fallacious. It is not correct. Now again, whether 1 local government in Ibadan is bigger than 2 local government or 3 local government in Bayelsa State, I may not tell. But for the fact that this quotation he has presented here about the southeastern part of Nigeria is wrong, that may also be wrong. Probably we need to go into fact-checking that very record. I only try to do justice to the area of interest. More so, this honorable member tries to say that because Ibadan has a very big land mass, and possibly that they also have the population, that it is enough to become a state in Nigeria. It is a beautiful proposition, a beautiful, motion. However, we must know that whatever that is good for the goose is equally good for the gander. Becoming a state in Nigeria is a process. He may not be the first person proposing to have a state or create a new state in their locality or in their region. There are other senators who are doing that. But having a bigger or a large land mass is not sufficient towards becoming a state. There are factors you must consider. There is a process for that as far as Nigeria is concerned. First of all, the motion has to be moved, and then you need to get to 3rd approval from the House. The State Assembly must approve that, and then the National Assembly will also have to approve that. And before the National Assembly will have to approve that, there will also be a referendum by the people, and then National Assembly will approve that, and then you move to the final level for the creation of that very new state. And in consideration, there are a lot of factors that are, that plays out in considering towards creating a new state. Economic sufficiency is one of them. Population is one of them. There are other things that we refer to as political motivations. Political motivation is a consideration that must be, factored into place by the elites, by the political leadership, both by State Assembly, National Assembly, and even by the executive. If you create this new state, what will be the contribution? How are the new voters that will emerge from this new state contribute to the balance of power at the National Assembly, at the State Assembly, at the executive? What will be the effect? What will be the merits and the demerits? This political motivation I'm talking about is being heavily considered in the United States of America and some other, Western world, because they do know that once a new state is created, it will definitely have a significant effect on the result of any national election that comes up. So these are some of the things that also ought to be considered. Again, economic sufficiency. Is that region, that very city, economically sufficient enough to pilot the affairs of becoming a state? When this honorable member was, comparing Ibadan to Southeast, I think it's a very big slap to the people from the southeastern part of Nigeria. I must be very honest. Because when you talk about southeastern part of Nigeria, it is very clear to cat and rat that the southeastern part of Nigeria is one of the bedrock or one of the foundation stone, of the economic propulsion in this country, Nigeria. The contributions they have on the economy of this country, Nigeria, can never be overemphasized. It's something that we will keep talking about till the coming of, Christ Jesus. And finally, I will conclude by saying this. I think it is now on record that the southeastern part of Nigeria has over time been attacked unprovoked by the political elite in this country, Nigeria. Unprovoked. Making some type of malicious, unwarranted comparison with the southeastern part of Nigeria, as if the marginalization that the region is already experiencing is not enough. It is pathetic. It is not a very good one. And I will also advise the honorable member to do justice to his facts and figures. Make sure you come up and do a due representation as a honorable member you are. Come with verifiable information, so that you do not get, some type of malicious criticism that will bring disrespect to your personality at the end of the day. Because we are now analyzing all of this content based on, what came out of you while making that presentation, saying that Ibadan has over 30,000 or 25,000 square kilometers of landmass size. It is ridiculous. It is not true, and it can never be true. So at this point, I will allow you guys to be the judge. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comment section and share this video. Man, another person, Siam. God bless you.